Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this big and beautiful world of ours we call Earth. You're tuned in to day number 59 of Honkai Star Rail Misadventures, twitch.tv/homo2093. This is your host, Bongo Boy Pongachoy, the gift that keeps on giving. Today we will be doing some random side quests and explorations. And also, as a little bit of a special treat, in the background there will be some actual in-game audio of a baseball game between the Chicago Cubs and the New York Mets. Now, the Cubs have already qualified for the postseason, but the Mets are in a dogfight with the Cincinnati Reds, and if they don't hold up their end of the bargain, the Mets could potentially be eliminated from the playoffs at the very last, because earlier today the Reds had won their game, but now the Mets have to win theirs, or this is going to make this race for the final wildcard spot in the National League. It will go down to the wire. So when we're about set for first pitch, we're going to go ahead and turn off the instrumental background music, but in the background we will go ahead and do some random side quests and explorations. We're going to get all the bugs. We're going to go ahead and get all of the chests and take care of any side quests that show up. Dubbing for this, if there is any, is going to be in Japanese. Now, if you like what you see in this broadcast, hit the follow button in Twitch player, subscribe button in YouTube, channel ID BongoBoy151. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get our voices so you actions speak louder than words. Enjoy.
まだ早いし、どこかへ行く？
じゃじゃーん。ピポ？ じゃじゃーん。
Gas booth. I'm John Chambi. This is Jim DeShays. Elise Medeker will join us coming up as the Cubs right now in the thick of the wild card race. They have clinched a wild card spot, still looking for home field.
Yeah, and with last night's win and the Padres lost last night, things looking a little better for the Cubs in that regard. Now, 3 games ahead of the Padres in the loss column. The magic number to clinch a home field for the wild card is now 2. So any combination of Cubs wins, Padres losses equaling 2, and the Cubs will host that wild card series here beginning Tuesday.
Been nice seeing the offense come around the last couple of games. We've seen the Cubs deliver with the bats and a lot more like the team we saw the first 3 months of the season. Last 2 games, 17 total runs on 20 hits, 7 extra base hits, and they've been getting rispy with it. Things have gone well. They go up tonight against one of the best young pitching prospects in the game in Nolan McLean.
Yeah, this guy's been a godsend for the Mets. They've had all kinds of issues with their pitching. He came up in the middle of August, and he has been lights out. 7 starts, a 1.27 ERA, 42 2/3 innings. He's allowed just 1 home run. He's been a ground ball machine. He can punch you out, too. He's got really good stuff. It's going to be a tough test for the Cubs here tonight.
So McLean and Imanaga here tonight, and when we continue with Shota on the mound, we will examine Jim DeShays and the keys to the game. It's all coming up.
You could buy on your...
Cubs coming up here tonight. It is game 3. It's time for our keys to the game. And they're brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
Yeah, yard work is it, and keep the ball in the yard. The home run has been a big problem for Shota lately, especially. He's allowed home runs in 8 consecutive games, 10 home runs in his last 5 starts, covering 29 innings. And this Met team, they hit a lot of home runs. They're tied for tops in the National League. This guy, the newbie, McLean, he's been an extreme ground ball pitcher. 63% of the balls in play against this guy are on the ground, and that's, he's only pitched 42 innings, but if he were qualified, that would be the 2nd best ground ball rate in MLB. And Burning Bush, Michael Bush, 31st home run of the year last night. Over his last 11 games, he has an OPS up over 1,100, including 5 long ones.
So Michael Bush and Imanaga on the mound. Lineups and first pitch coming up. Pablo Curcio Auto Group. You're going to like buying a car this way. By Circus Sports. And by your local Hyundai dealer. Find a dealer nearest you at buyhyundai.com. Back at Wrigley, it's Hispanic and Latino Heritage Night, and Slab as the lefty makes the start, and it is number 25 for him. Remember, he missed 7 weeks with that hamstring issue. Overall ERA 3.37.
Yeah, 59 strikeouts, just 8 walks over his last 10 starts. So we've seen a spike in that strikeout rate. That's been the good news. The bad news is, and again, it's all relative. You know, home runs are just a byproduct of the way he pitches. He's an extreme fly ball guy. But you know, be a good idea to try to keep the ball in the ballpark here tonight against this Mets team that does a lot of slugging.
Speaking of that Mets lineup, let's check it out. It is brought to you by Ford. The Mets 6th in the NL in runs per game, 10th in the majors. And it'll go Lindor, Soto, and Alonso. Then Vientos, Nimmo's in left. Terrens is the catcher. It'll go Beatty, Taylor, and Luis Angel Acuna will start at second base.
Yeah, he will. No Jeff McNeil tonight.
Folks, AbbVie and the Chicago Cubs are teaming up to strike out cancer. Roughly 233 Americans are diagnosed with cancer every hour. As a reminder, AbbVie will donate $233 to Cubs charities. AbbVie, people, passion, possibilities. So Shota Imanaga on the hill as he wraps up his 2nd season in Major League Baseball. And he'll face the Mets superstar shortstop Francisco Lindor. Lindor overall this year, 29 homers, a .267 average. And the switch hitter will climb in on the right side. Folks still filing into the ballpark as we get ready for game 3. And ball 1 to Lindor.
Lindor sitting on 29 home runs, homered in game 1 of this series. Led off the game with a home run on home runs in at least his last 3 starts. Make sure he gets that split finger grip just right.
ねえ聞いた？部屋はもう満室らしい。この旋律聞くと。
And that sweeper missing, and now it's 2-0.
Yeah, so the first inning has gotten to be a little bit of an issue for him. First inning ERA of 6.75. After that, it was 2.66.
Swing and a miss, and a heater at 92. That is a good sign. The velocity. 67 degrees at first pitch, and really no wind to speak of. And that is fouled back, and now 2-2. Gorgeous night. You can see the buildings and that pink hue as the
nice hue out there, Boo. Very nice hue.
Sunset. They're not making a lot of hues these days, you know. On the ground, just foul of third. And Fabian off the side, the 3-time Gold Glove Award winner.
Making a push for another one. DRS among the best in the business. He reads the angle so well.
No question. 2-2. And that one missed way high and outside. That was the splitter he tried, and now it's 3-2. It is a power-packed Mets lineup that starts with Lindor, then Soto, then Alonso. 3-2. And that's off the outside edge, and Lindor will take his base.
Just the 26th walk issued by Imanaga. Walk rate a little higher than 4.5%, among the best in the business.
Soto pops it, Plugger.
Yeah, Soto's you know, he's got a great eye. He'll walk a ton, but he's not passive. He gets a pitch early, he'll take a rip at it. He's been on a bit of a heater here, hasn't he?
Throw to first, and back in is Lindor. Yeah, Juan Soto, that was the last 24. September, he's really been carrying the load offensively. Got a smile on his face.
It's not that easy.
No. And that's outside as Kelly receives it 1-1. Showed a tugging on his cap.
Four-seamer consistently at 92 miles an hour here in the early going. That's certainly a positive.
Slow breaking ball finds the mark. For Imanaga, by the way, 139 innings. It's on this year. It's pretty impressive. 1-2. To center field. That is well struck. PCA is back under it, and he makes the catch.
Yeah, you see a little puff of the cheeks there from Imanaga as that one stays in the ballpark. And I imagine when he left the bat, he thought, oh no, here we go again. Straightaway center field, gets underneath it just a little bit, and it stays in the ballpark. Bid for number 44 for Soto.
And a slider in for a strike to Pete Alonso.
This whole Soto thing is very confusing to me.
Just verbally, you're saying?
Yeah.
You want to call somebody Shoto?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Soda. I think I may have called Soto Soda.
Mario Soto, good change up.
Oh man, he could pitch.
Yeah. Soda. Oh, my favorite soda is Coca-Cola. That's how they say it in New York.
Yeah.
In New York. What else I like? Fanta. The 1-2. Line drive into left field, and that's going to touch down for a hit. Hap over to pick it up. And Lindor into third. Alonso into second. It's a double. One out. And the Mets threatening, and seemingly the woes of the first inning continue for Imanaga.
Split finger pitch here, and it stays up. He's out in front of it a little bit. So, the off-speed nature had him out on his front foot a little bit, but it stays up, and that allows Alonso to catch it off the end of the bat. And he is so strong, he doesn't need to square it up to hit it a good way. It's a nice play here by Ian Happ to hustle over and prevent this ball from going to the wall. If it does, Lindor scores.
And now here is Vientos. Now this is a guy that will do some chasing. You can get him to expand. The 1-0. Foul back.
And there's a lot of hitters too in these situations. There's a tendency to expand because they get a little greedy. They want to drive in those runs.
Second and third, one down. Imanaga.
Case in point. Everybody wants to be a hero. It's understandable.
One, two. Popped up left side. Shaw and Swanson. And Dansby calls off Shaw. And then retreating to the plate. Here's the baby. And they're going to say that Swanson fell out of play.
And Craig Counts is going to argue he got rid of the baseball before he fell out of play. Wow, what a play. What a heads-up play. Let's give that ball to Matt Shaw. I honestly don't know the rule here, Boog. I mean, you know, I know when a player falls into the dugout out of play, that play is dead and it's a free base with the net there. So the ball comes out. What their ruling is that before Dansby was able to get rid of this baseball, the play is dead because he fell into the stands. And that's exactly what they're ruling. It was a very clever play.
Very
great
clever
play, but unfortunately,
Chicago is challenging that the fielder did not fall into the stands.
And I was not even aware that you could challenge this. And then exactly constitutes falling into the stands.
授けます。起きて。夜が来た。おやすみ。
Northwestern Medicine.
自分の意志で結末にたどり着いてみせる。
tangled up, otherwise he doesn't stumble at all, but hey, great concentration to make the catch and just great awareness to, you know, just to attempt to make this play.
After review, the call in the field is confirmed. The fielder did fall into the stands. Everybody is awarded one base. Chicago will lose their challenge.
Really good play. Ultimately, the Mets take the lead.
Alonso's allowed to move up to third base.
Yep. I'm confused by a number of things. One, I don't know. I mean, falling out of play is judgment, right? Line drive and a base hit into right field, and Nimmo makes it 2-0.
Nothing else has got the fans stirred up here, but
Indeed.
more importantly, it's a 2-0 Met lead. Yeah, I think they got it right.
Yeah. It's not, by the way, a sac fly of the Vientos pop out. Got him at first on the pickoff. And Nimmo is out. Carlos Mendoza looking. They will not challenge.
Imanaga's gone to Matthew Boyd pickoff school.
And Michael Bush getting ready to hit. Let's take a look at the Cubs lineup brought to you by Vinny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Vinny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Bush, then Horner, then Happ. By Estero, Suzuki, Kelly, PCA, Swanson, and Shaw rounding out the lineup.
Nolan McLean will go for the Mets here tonight, a 24-year-old right-hander from Willow Spring, North Carolina, third-round pick in 2023 out of Oklahoma State. He's a two-way player in college and in the minor leagues until last year when he converted solely to pitching. So his nickname down in Oklahoma State, you know, they're the Cowboys. So he was Cowboy Otani, big slugger, played third base as well as pitched in college.
Right-hander ready to work. That kind of crossfire delivery, but he has been really impressive. In the air left field, and Nimmo is there to pull it down. Bush retired.
The league is batting just .195 against McLean. Able to get a lot of chase on his secondary pitches. His sinker is put on the ground better than 80% of the time. Nope.
You mentioned McLean was a two-way player. He had big time power. I mean, not Pete Cavilla type power, but big time power. Just
yeah, I think he had 19 home runs one year. That's a pretty big number for college baseball, isn't it?
No doubt. And Horner fouls it back.
They've leaned on him. He's made 7 starts, 42 innings, so he's averaging better than 6 innings a start, which, you know, for a young guy like this, normally, hey, get 5 innings and get him out of there, but they need innings, and he's been able to provide them.
And the Mets in a big time fight as
まだ早いし、どこかへ行く?
the Reds already won today. That one hit to the right side. Acuna. Porter is out.
So the Mets half a game better than Cincinnati as we begin play here tonight. And the Reds have the tiebreaker over the Mets.
Carlos Mendoza in year 2 as the Met manager. He was prior to that the bench coach for the Yankees for Aaron Boone. Last year took the Mets to the NLC. Yes, they lost to the Dodgers in 6. Only no strikes on Ian Happ. Happ hitting .241. The 23 homers. 78 knocked in. And there's strike, says Sean Barber.
Cutter that didn't cut at 93. His fastball has been averaging around 96 miles per hour. Cutter, change, curve, sweeper. Got a lot of weapons.
That one missing up. That was the curve. Or did it? Got some of the zone. That one sliced out towards left center field. That'll touchdown for a hit and bang up on the underside of the basket. Haps into second, and he's got a double.
Cubs looking to get a little something done here with 2 outs as Ian Happ pumps this one into the gap in left center. And this double is brought to you by Elgin Hyundai, home of the 20-year and 200,000-mile warranty on every new car. Ian Happ has been a very consistent performer in the last third of the season. Big numbers.
Well, Ian Happ, the last 53 games, a 382 on base, a 519 slug. So we're talking about basically a 900 OPS.
Klein doing a little self-talk out there.
And a swing and a foul tip into the catcher's mitt, struck him out.
Top of the second, and the Cubs are down 2-0 to the Mets. Shota Imanaga obviously gave up a couple in that first inning, and it was after his last start that he was talking about since coming off the IL, he's been trying to find consistency in his delivery. That's when he's at his best. That's when most pitchers are at their best. And so I asked, could that be contributing to some of the runs that you're giving up in the first inning, that you're kind of searching for that? And he said, yeah, I'm going to need to find a way to make adjustments quicker, because it's got to be before I give up some runs, because that's what it's leading to. He is aware of the home runs that he's giving up, especially in this first inning. 29 on the season, 22 on the fastball, and that's really what he was highlighting. He says, I've got to look into that and see why that fastball, it can't be more effective. And so, guys, he's aware of what's going on. He's trying to fix it. He's trying to work on it. And, JD, you can probably speak and elaborate. That feeling of having that delivery right is pretty critical.
Yeah, and you know, I think a lot of times, a lot of pitchers have first inning issues. I was miserable in the first inning. A lot of my issues, I just wasn't loose. It took me sometimes a long time to kind of get loose. For other pitchers, it just takes a while to get into the game flow. You know, the one thing I noticed in the first inning here tonight, and he ends up walking Lindor, I thought he was being a little more careful with his fastball. You know, he's a pretty aggressive guy. He'll challenge with that heater. I thought he was trying to hit corners a little bit more in that first inning, and I think ultimately that approach will serve him well. It cost him in that he walked Lindor, but I mean, it's a very dangerous top of the order. Out
to short, swings off balance. Time now for the Intelligence Center, powered by CDW and Adobe. How about highest percentage of runs allowed via the home run among pitchers? We saw Noah Cameron, and he's had a good first year. He's at 65%, and Imanaga right below him. Wheeler, Green, Tyone's on that list. Beatty pushes one out of play, 1-2. Imanaga, when he is right, that fastball at the top of the zone, the splitter down, and the sweeper to go with it. Imanaga gets the strikeout.
Beatty couldn't pull the trigger on the previous fastball. Now the breaking pitch locks him up. And he just has to put that bat over his shoulder and do the walk of shame back to the Mets dugout.
Taylor pops this one up. Mets lead it 2-0. We're in the second.
It's a quality mustache, by the way, that home plate umpire Sean Barber's rocking.
Missed it. Swing and a miss. There's the splitter.
You know, the ability to generate swing and miss on the splitter, that's normally a good sign. You know, when Imanaga's getting chased or swing and miss on that splitter on a pitch like that, typically that means good things are going to happen.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Imanaga comes back and gets him 1, 2, 3, including a pair of strikeouts.
update for you on Cade Horton before the game. Craig Counsell let us know that Horton is a go. So right now, after the MRIs, though, their area of concern is the ribs. Now, I know it was reported as a back, and now we're saying ribs, but they're going to continue to get opinions on it to make sure that they know the exact issue and really to make sure that it's safe for Cade to keep pitching, because he did have yesterday and today off, but he is going to throw tomorrow. And so while they manage this, Cade is optimistic. Counsell said he's adamant that he wants to keep growing, so he's optimistic, but again, for his safety and just to make sure that he is healthy, they're going to keep getting it checked out. As for Kyle Tucker, he is still on track to be in the lineup tomorrow as the DH. This was before the game. Got a couple of at-bats. It's against Ryan Brazier in live BP. Craig Counsell saying everything's good, so all signs, pointing in the right direction for Kyle Tucker to return. So for the most part, guys, I feel like that's the most positive news I could give on the injury front.
Yeah, you're not kidding. I talked with Kyle Tucker when he finished up that session, and he was in full uniform. It's a little weird seeing a guy pregame in like the full home white pinstripes, and I was like, look at you all dressed out. And he's like, yeah, man. He said, I put the uniform on the other day, and it felt a little odd, and I thought it's either going to feel weird today or it's going to feel weird tomorrow. So I figured I might as well let it feel today.
Put the uni on.
Swing and a miss. McLean able to get Suzuki.
Real good action on that curveball. A lot of downer, a lot of east to west, a lot of swing and miss.
Yeah, so we were just talking about Cade Horton, but he goes since August 16th, minimum 30 innings, entering today, lowest ERA. It goes Rogers, McLean, Skeen, Scooble, Horton. That's how good this dude's been.
He made his big league debut August 16th against the Mariners. Went 5 1/3 scoreless. Faced the Phillies twice in a 10-day stretch and allowed 1 run in 13 1/3. So he's taken out some really good lineups and been able to shut them down.
Pretty sure he was a quarterback too at Oklahoma State for a short time. So I mean, he's
there, Cade Horton.
Yeah, he's a major athlete. And they have some good-looking young pitchers. Only 2 strikes on Carson Kelly.
Now, arguably, their top 3 prospects are these 3 rookie pitchers that are currently in their rotation. None of them had spent a day in the big leagues prior to this season.
McLean ready, 2-2. There's something about the last name McLean. We just saw Matt McLean, now Nolan McLean, but I've probably just seen Die Hard too many times, and immediately I want to go into Alan Rickman.
No, I go to I want to say Don McLean.
Yeah.
Shirley McLean. There's a lot of good.
There's a lot of good.
We could have a McLean off here. Beth McLean graduated high school with her.
Swing and a miss. Is that right? Two down, base is empty. And PCA going to the plate.
Yeah. これだけいらないからあげる
JD, you know, Barbara's here. And Barbara, on her 93rd birthday, all she wanted was to see PCA play. Happy birthday, Barbara, our fan of the game. Brought to you by Mike's Heart.
Hey.
For the love of lemonade. Here she is.
1932. Same age as my dad.
How's her?
Good. Hi, Herb. Hope you're watching.
Yeah, don't forget about Denny McClain.
How can you forget about Denny McClain? Last 30-game winner in the big leagues.
Swing and a miss. PCA down on strikes. 2-0 Mets.
No.
By Vientos. You may be wondering in terms of the rule, and here's what the rule is. 5.06B3C, if a fielder having made a legal catch should step or fall into any out of play area, the ball is dead, and each runner shall advance one base without liability to be put out. So with Swanson up against the edge and kind of, there is that, okay, so there's a ledge there. What constitutes having control of your body, not control of your body, and being out of play? We'll show you where he released it from. So this is where he releases. So he's, at that point, he does not have control of his body, is what they're arguing. I did ask roughly, okay, so where would he have needed to release it for it to say he's still in play? He hasn't fallen complete, and right about there. So which makes
him, if he made the play right there, he would have been
the ball. Yeah. So that's where it would have needed to have happened. So I mean, I think we both when we watched it after I mean, it's an awesome play for him to be heads up enough. But I think we both, once you digested it, you thought to yourself, yeah, they got that right.
Yeah, they got it right. Outstanding play, and unfortunate, but they got it right.
Yeah, so here's the play as they get tied up. Swing and a miss. Luis Angel Acuna down on strikes.
Boy, higher than high, man. This thing is chin high. Higher than chin high. That's high. Can't hit that.
High.
3 strikeouts in a row now for Shota.
Touch them all. His 30th of the year, a 30-30 season for Lindor. And the Mets lead 3-0.
The top 3 in their batting order have now combined for 110 home runs. Lindor, the switch hitter, better from the other side, but he gets every last bit of this one. One for the Ball Hawks.
So he's given up, what, 30 homers now this year, and 25 of them are solo homers.
Last time out against the Reds, in 5 innings, he gave up 4 hits. 3 of them were home runs.
なんだ。
That's a team that hits a lot of homers. This guy with 43 of them. High fly ball. Label for PCA. How about the Cubs defensive setup? It is brought to you by UI Health. The Cubs is one of the best defenses in all of baseball. Gold Glover in left, future Gold Glover in center, Suzuki in right, Shaw at third, Swanson has won a couple of Gold Gloves in short, Porter at second, Bush at first, Kelly behind the plate. With awkward swing, chatted with Carlos Mendoza pregame, and the Mets manager was just raving about just thinking, wee, practice swing. He was just raving about the Cubs defense, just really impressed by how the defense.
Probably a little bit envious because this group hasn't been that good.
'Too many teams as good as the Cubs on that side of the ball. 0-2. It's time now for the Liberty Mutual Insurance Field coverage as I move on just marvelously. Outs above average, the Cubs are tied for 4th defensive run saves, 2nd defensive efficiency, 2nd, and the 3rd fewest errors.
Or are they when they get in the red zone?
Excellent.
So defensive efficiency, that's the number of balls in play turned into outs.
That's correct. So it takes homers out of it. It eliminates strikeouts and walks. Kelly. Nice grab. Jumping up near the screen. He pulled it down. And Alonso is out. How about some defense for you right here? Let out. Woo!
ほら、これが天才。
Welcome back. Time now to play Mound Ball, presented by Tasty Trade. If the ball stays on the mound, Cubs season ticket holder Michael Shyman wins a $1,000 Tasty Trade jackpot. It's a handoff. McLean, he's at the 10, the 5, the mound. They call him the Shyman, and he wins the $1,000 Tasty Trade jackpot. Congrats to Michael.
お待たせしないように雲を払って晴れ渡る空は答えはないんだから平でごま夢中になっちゃえ授けます神聖を神守れ私だもん当然ね
That's a big win for the Shy Man.
He'll be treating tonight.
Yeah, he will. Those of you on the interwebs or just watching on cable television might be wondering where you get your hands on a Mound Ball rulebook. Just Google. And Mound Ball, the unofficial rulebook, section 6. If the umpire hands the ball to the pitcher, it's a Eventually, he's going to make.
眉より見てよ 夜が来たしおやすみ
3-2. Swanson.
シン守れ日向ぼっこしましょう起きてお待たせしないようにもっとねさようなら 雲を払って晴れ渡る空を朽ち果てて神聖を日向ぼっこしましょうさまよう魂が行くべき道を見つけられることを願います眉より見てよ夜が来たしおやすみ
So, our on deck circle, sponsored by Traffic Tech. And nobody does traffic like Traffic Tech. And I love Traffic Tech. But there's a part of me that longs for just the Met logo. Maybe
the team logo, yeah.
Yeah, like back in the old days.
Yeah. Well, there's bills to be paid.
I know, but what if we did the Met logo and then there's like another thing on the side that said all this debris is sponsored by Traffic Tech or...
Why do they need spray paint?
Yeah.
On deck circle.
Look. Traffic Tech is here to help. Like one of those old school baseball card 70s logos, right? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I know exactly what you're talking about.
We love you, Traffic Tech. Love you.
Have those been there all year?
The whole year. JD and I'd say about every 7 games have a conversation like that. Has that been there all year? Yes, it has. And the thing that's fun about it is not JD just playing that role. Sometimes it's me playing the other role. JD, has that been there the whole year?
Yeah, sometimes just things you don't notice.
Yeah.
Matt Shaw homered last night. He now has 13.
Swing and a miss, and he chases that time.
That breaking ball is really good. That's his 5th strikeout already. And he's got that cutter that he throws at 91. He's been able to dot the outside corner with that. This curveball has been the swing and miss pitch. Not easy to run against this tandem either. McLean and Torrens, he's thrown out 41%. Base Steelers are 0 for 3 with McLean on the mound.
Combo that's really good for them in terms of cutting down the base stealers is their catcher and their second baseman.
These two dudes.
Torrens.
Luis and Luis Angel.
Yeah.
Torrens was the Cub briefly there.
He was.
Back a couple of years ago. This is Ronald Acuna's brother.
Indeed it is. Luis Angel. He keeps his card in his back pocket. Most guys go with the super wristband. Bush swings through that. Jeez.
Listen, when you think about the great curveballs, right? The swing and miss, strikeout curveballs in the history of the game, there are all these 12-6 real sharp downers. Clayton Kershaw and Burt Lyleven back in the day, Nolan Ryan. This guy's is more of a sweepy curveball.
Nice pick at first by Alonso, and they steal a hit from Nico Horner.
We take you back on this day in 1998. Sammy Sosa hit his 66th and last home run of the season. He fell short to Mark McGwire's 70 in the great home run chase of 1998. Cal Raleigh with 2 home runs last night now sits at 60 for the season with 4 games to go. Ooh, that MVP talk, AL MVP talk is hot right now. I feel like, do I say it? Raleigh, right? It's gotta be it. People would disagree. I know.
Line drive left field. Oh, baby! Ian Happ, stop it! How about a Gold Glove conversation? What a play!
We were talking defense last inning, and we've seen some spectacular glove work by the Cubs here tonight, but none better than this one by Ian Happ. My goodness, what a play. Time now for the Motorola Razor replay. Go ahead, give him some more gold.
Holy cow. Bush that.
Flap.
And the pitch is in for a strike to Brandon Nimmo.
Well, he's putting together a real nice highlight reel, isn't he?
You're not kidding. That's lead 3-zip. We're in the fourth. Nimmo getting a start in left field.
Meanwhile, Wentz is still downstairs arguing with
シン守れ
Your silence was deafening. I was
答えはないんだから日向ぼっこしましょう雲を払って晴れ渡る空は思考を広げて崩れちゃえ
I don't.
朽ち果てて
I
神聖を
and he's a great framer, but I think you're not 60 home.
シン守れ
Yeah. Look, they've
さまよう魂が
and he
行
plays
くべ
such
き
a
道を見つけられる
demanding
ことを
I have no
願
problem
い
with
ます
it. He ends up winning.
Nora. I would probably vote for Judge if I had to vote.
On the ground, past the diving Shaw. Nimmo punches a single the other way.
More Sammy Sosa news on this date in 2003. He became the first National Leaguer to have at least 100 RBIs 9 seasons in a row.
これは大切にしまっておかないといけませんね
Tapped on the ground, but foul. Naga rubbing up in baseball. Did you read the Tyler Kepner piece on how many baseballs
They go
Like,
through?
yeah,
What,
they're sort of-
like 2.5 pitches.
Right, just about, yeah. On the ground up the middle of the base hit. And Nimmo into second, so
Yeah, Mets getting some good swings at Shota here tonight. They made some really solid contact. Not for that great play by Happ, it would have been 3 consecutive hits here to start the fourth.
よっ
One of the things that makes this Met team so dangerous is the depth. That slug up and down the order. Here's Beatty hitting in the 7 hole. He's at 17 home runs. With 5 balls over 100 miles per hour here tonight.
fly ball left field. This is well hit. Happ is back, and it's gone. Beatty the other way, and that is a big 3-run homer, and all of a sudden it's 6-0 for Beatty. Home run number 18.
Left-handers normally don't do much damage against Shota. That's just the 4th home run. A left-handed batter has hit off of him this year, but that's a good approach of that elevated fastball. Kind of ride it the other way. Try to pull it. It's probably just a routine fly to center.
Yeah, the first one to Tyrone Taylor, a splitter that misses up and out. Second homer of the night for the Mets, and that's been part of their offensive MO. That's to third.
This is the 2025 Nissan Rogue. It's the most powerful Rogue ever. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Now get 0% APR for 60 months on Rogue.
Mets with 222 homers. It's 4th in the majors, 2nd in the National League. The Dodgers have hit more. Nice play by Shaw, and he robs Luis Angel Acuna. But the big swing from Brett Baty, his 3-run homer, makes it 6-0.
The Northwestern Wildcats return to Wrigley Field on Saturday, November 22nd to host the Minnesota Golden Gophers in the Wildcats Classic. Purchase tickets now at Cubs.com/football.
In half at the plate, Cubs down big as they come up to hit in the bottom of the 4th. By Esteros and Suzuki against the young right-hander Nolan McLean. Fastball misses up and in. How about this catch?
Wow, spectacular. Probably in his top 3 this year.
Yeah.
And he has the Cubs' lone hit here tonight, a 2-out double back in the 1st.
wise and arm slot wise, there's a little bit of McClain that reminds me of Aaron Nola.
Yeah.
That sort of three-quarter-ish slot. It feels like
Nola's got the big curveball.
Yeah, but it does feel like all of this stuff is just more powerful. Half back in, awaiting a 2-2.
It's a changeup. He hasn't tried that one very often tonight. Obviously has real good feel for his breaking pitch, and that's part of the challenge for the catcher and the pitcher as the game evolves, to recognize what's working and lean on it.
Swing and a miss.
I'm talking defense here, and how about this play? Noelvi Marte in Cincinnati earlier today. This is in the 9th inning of a 1-run game. Brian Reynolds with a bid for a game-tying home run, and Marte able to elevate and save the day for the Reds. So they managed to win 1 in their 3-game set against the Pirates. And they're in an airplane right now on their way to Milwaukee to finish their season against the Brewers. Pulling hard for the Cubs to rally.
McClain delivers to Ballesteros. Yeah, that's a strike. Little cutter. Ballesteros 50 at bats, hitting 280. And Mo with a couple of homers. Swing and a miss. Folks, Saturday and Sunday the Cubs finish up the regular season. Cardinals each day. The first 10,000 early arriving fans will receive a limited edition Cubs pennant for Fan Appreciation Weekend. Be here for it. Visit Cubs.com/tickets. McClain misses down and away to Suzuki. Seiya strikeout victim his first time. McClain has already punched out 8.
Matches it so season high. I don't know what his spin rate is on that breaking ball. Man, he's getting a lot of action on it.
That is drilled out towards left center field, on its way. Forget it. And way gone. Seiya Suzuki with his first homer since August 6th. And the Cubs are on the board. Number 28 for Seiya. It's 6-1.
I had to feel awfully good for Seiya. I'm waiting to make this leisurely jog around the bases for a good long while, and something for the Cub fans to get excited about here tonight. Kind of weird. He goes right on right changeup and throws a hanger. Maybe a case of overthinking things a little bit there, but yeah, made him pay.
Kelly taps one foul. He's only throwing 5 or 6 changeups here tonight in that range.
I mean, you see a little hesitation in his delivery that time. Yeah, it was almost like, here's a pitch I almost never throw, so I'm going to throw one now.
Kelly gets a piece. Kelly able to hold up his swing. So now 3-2. 2 outs, bases empty. The Cubs have gotten on the board on a Suzuki home run. Kelly lifts that out towards right center field. Oh boy. Taylor and Soto. Taylor stopped, then Soto stopped, and then Taylor made the catch. Home run replay brought to you by Toyota, the official vehicle of the Chicago Cubs. Suzuki, 430 plus feet, and the Cubs on the board. Mets still lead 6-1. Welcome back. And Seiya Suzuki with a home run. Good to see. His 3rd home run since the All-Star break. ready for a nugget?
Yes. Bring it on.
Chick-fil-A nugget of the game. Multiple 30-30 players on the same team. And this year's Mets team joins the 96 Rockies and the 87 Mets. That's a good trivia question. Multiple 30-30 guys. Bichette Burks in 96. Hojo and Strawberry. That's drilled out towards right center. PCA. Oh, what a catch. You gotta be kidding me. He is unbelievable.
I know the cover on the wrong side of this one, down 5 runs. I tell you what, they made some spectacular defensive plays in this game. Now PCA joins that group. Just spectacular stuff from number 4.
And I don't know that. Is there anybody else that makes that catch? He is just out of sight. And Alonso takes the countdown 1-1. Alonso a double and a run scored, and he's popped out foul. Since he debuted in 2019, only 2 guys have hit more homers, Judge and Schwarber. Right field, Suzuki is there. And they go 1-2-3. Pete Crow Armstrong likely to win his first Gold Glove. What a play.
これが天才。夜が来た。おやすみ。日向ぼっこしましょう。さようなら。授けます。思考を広げて。私だもの。当然ね。
the Cubs are down 6-1, the defense in this game has been unbelievable. We just saw an amazing catch from Pete Pro Armstrong. It reminds me of something that he said, it was a couple of years ago, that has resonated and stuck with Pete. In spring training, Craig Counsell told him, he said, hey, just go out there and show me that I can trust you to make the next play. Pete has hung on to that phrase even over the last couple of years through the offensive struggles, everything, because he says, you know, I just love that. It takes the result out of it. It's irrelevant. It's really just about moving forward. And so that's an example, right? You just focus on the play, try to make that play, show your manager. That is a big reason why you're out there, your defense.
It's funny to watch other teams come in and get a look at him and then talk to players, coaches, broadcasters, and they're all just astounded by him. And I know we get a chance to watch him every game, but I do find that whatever you might think that our opinions are hyperbolic, I feel like they're confirmed by everybody else that comes in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Swing and a miss. And PCA down on strikes.
Let's check out the best in the game. Brought to you by T-Mobile. And focus on PCA's base running as his pitch gets away in last night's game. Watch him. He's playing possum, easing into third base. Then he sees the opportunity. Streaking home, play home to the pitcher, kind of caught napping. You do that, PCA is going to take advantage.
Swanson drives this one deep right field, and it's gone. Dansby the other way, and the Cubs. Making a 6-2 game. Swanson with home run number 24.
The Mets rallied from down 5 the other night in the opener of this series. Now the Cubs trying to mount a comeback here. Still plenty of time. We're only in the 5th inning. And this home run brought to you by Hefty Ultra Strong. Ultra low price. McLean had only allowed 1 home run in 42 innings coming into this start. Now the Cubs have gotten him twice. Suzuki and now Dansby with long balls.
There's Shaw now. And that one in for a strike. Matt struck out his first time. Rookie Shaw has had an up and down year, but the bat got better in the second half. The glove's been really good all year. One out, base is empty. Check. Swing, did he go? Yes, he did. Yeah, that is strikeout number 10. This kid's a handful, JD.
Yeah, he is. Most of those strikeouts have come on the breaking pitch. This time it's the elevated fastball. And that goes down for the second time.
There's Michael Busch now. Busch with 31 homers after his blast last night. First offering to him, curveball in for a strike. Michael Busch together, pretty darn good sophomore year. Change up, tap softly, first base side, and McLean grabs it, puts the tag on Busch, and that'll do it for the Cubs and the Makes a charge into one. Launches the other way. It's 6-2 Mets.
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. FanDuel Live Specials. Cliff, he's getting everybody paid as usual. What do you got?
Go on top of 7-3.
Yep. Nice and easy, just like that.
That's the
Keeping things tidy. Hopefully the same will go for you and your return on investment.
Top 7, 3 up, 3 down from Cliffy. All right. First one to the end. Toes misses, ball 1. Bukshambi, Jim DeShays, Elise Menaker. Elise Menaker, who is voting for Cal Raleigh for American League MVP.
Ohtani hit his 54th today.
Everybody's hitting a lot of homers.
Yeah, a lot of homers.
Edmundo Sosa had a game where he hit 3.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Sorry. I went downstairs. Yeah, he's in the NL MVP race, Edmundo Sosa. The 2-1. On the ground, Swanson sliding stop, unloads quickly. Oh, what a play.
Man, more defense.
Absolutely gorgeous. This slide brought to you by Wisconsin Dells. Find your getaway at WizDells.com. Love the Dansby pop-up play. Running out of situation points.
Spectacular play back in the 4th.
Nimmo, he's got the motor stick. JD, when you were hitting, did you use pine tar or the sticky stuff or the spray? What was your?
I tried to use a little pine tar because I watched that's what the other hitters did.
Okay.
So I wanted to look legit, but it didn't really matter. I didn't really need it.
What about that? Batting gloves.
Yeah.
The 1-1.
I like to go out there and kneel on the on-deck circle.
Is that right?
You see the pictures of the
Absolutely. Yeah, the old school.
Yeah.
On the ground up the middle of the base hit. And Nimmo with his third hit of the night. So 3 singles for Nimmo. One out, man at first. Yeah, the catcher, Luis Torrens.
One to right, one to left, and now one to center for Nimmo. Mets versus Shota in this ballpark has not been a good combo.
Yeah, last
Put
year.
them up last year. 10 runs in 3 innings.
Pen is still quiet for Imanaga. Mets have out-hit the Cubs tonight 7-3 and lead it 6-2. And that finds the mark. Receiver at 89.
And 13 balls in this game hit over 100 miles per hour, and the Mets have 11 of them. I mean, they are just.
Yeah, he's been hit hard tonight.
2 in the ball. Reminiscent of his game against the White Sox.
The 1-2, and that's way high. Yet at various times, we've talked about pitch tipping as being a possibility or a factor. Fly ball right. Suzuki makes the catch.
Yeah, certainly that seemed to be the case in that game against the White Sox.
So here's Beatty now. He's got the biggest hit of the game. In the 4th. And that made it 6-0.
Picked off Nimmo once, and he's bound and determined to get him again.
They picked Nimmo off in the first inning. And that one in there for a strike. The Cubs are just starting to get Drew Pomerantz up and loosening. There he is. Beatty fouls one away, and it's 0-2.
The Cubs clinch the playoff spot in Pittsburgh. His goal was to get advantage sooner rather than later, so he could get his pitching line done. It's going to take at least one more day, you would think. Well, absolutely one more day. Right? The magic number is 2, so no matter what happens here tonight. Padres finished their season in Arizona, I believe.
珍しくないもっといいもん
First base side, no man's land. Horner. And it's safe at first is Beatty.
Almost like a perfectly executed drag bunt.
Yeah.
Out past Imanaga.
Two outs. Tommy Hotovy out with Edwin Stanberry, Shota's translator.
Change up your phone. Eagle River, Wisconsin.
Zach Zaidman, who does the radio pregame, postgame, and play-by-play, interviewed Shota the other day with the help of Edwin Stanberry. Interesting answers and trying to humanize these guys and find out relationships. And so Zach, I thought this was a good idea, trying to find out about their relationship. And Zach said to Shota, "What do you call your translator, Edwin Stanberry?" So he says that. Edwin asks the question in Japanese. Shota responds in Japanese. And Edwin says, "Edwin."
No nickname, no, just Edwin. What do you call him?
Edwin. There he is.
That's a real high misses here tonight.
Gonna get on the hands of Taylor.
Yeah, I remember years ago I was doing Astro games and we had Kaz Matsui's interpreter on the air with us for half an inning, just having some fun talking, Japanese terms for baseball and stuff. And I asked him, "How do you say home run in Japanese?" And he goes, "Home run." Like, oh.
Yeah. Line drive, and that's a base hit, roped out into left center. Nimmo coming around third. He's into score on his heels as Beatty. Throw is cut off, and Taylor with a 2-run double. The Mets have opened up an 8-2 lead.
And then it's a hanging splitter, and it's another ball really blistered. 7 miles per hour, no chance for Dansby.
Well, certainly not the way Shota Imanaga wanted to finish his regular season. Pitching change, and it is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank. It's about time.
これが天才
Well,
よっこれだけいらないからあげるね。
Illinois Lottery. Download the Illinois Lottery app to play today. New pitcher in the ball game. It's the big lefty Drew Pomerantz. 56th appearance for Drew. And a 2.28 ERA.
Pomerantz to the plate. Foul back. So a tough finish for Shota Imanaga. Taylor out there at second. The Mets with an 8-2 advantage. Horner collects that one, throws to first, and Acuna retired. Mets add on 2. Beautiful shots from our Megalodon camera powered by Nissan. Nissan makes cars the thrill experience. To thrill yourself today, shop NissanUSA.com.
夜が来た。おやすみ。さようなら。死を守れ。授けます。もっとね。起きて。答えはないんだから。いら 皆でごま崩れちゃえ。お待たせしないように。朽ち果てて思考を広げてもてなして夜が来た。おやすみさようなら。日向ぼっこしましょう。神聖を神守れ。楽しんで起きて。お待たせしないように。雲を払って晴れ渡る空を。
Second pitcher to strike out as many as 10 Cubs this year. Jesus Luzardo struck out 10 Cubs earlier this year. So we're talking about Met pitchers here at Wrigley Field. Well, Leiter punched out 15 back in '99. Well, that's a pretty good list. Scherzer, Seaver, and Don Cardwell. Cardwell's might have been a no-hitter. Cardwell throw no-hitter here.
3 balls, no strikes on Ian Happ. Mets 8 runs on 9 hits. The Cubs 2 runs on 3 hits. 8-2 New York. That's right in there. Happ 1 out of 2 and time call.
Don Cardwell threw no-hitter for the Cubs. It was in 1960. That was his first start for the Cubs. They'd been traded over here from the Phillies. That's a way to make a first impression.
Three and 2 now. Half waits. McClain. What was that?
The sinker.
I mean,
I know.
Thing was
looked like a
moving.
changeup, didn't it? The movement on it.
Almost. I mean, look at the way he catches that. So, walk with 1 out. Jeremy Hefner out to the mound. The former Met, the Mets pitching coach.
The wind is it's dormant right now. The flag is hanging limply. We've seen the ball carried pretty well here tonight. I think the Cubs are going to need one or two big flies to get back in this game, and preferably with somebody on base.
Yes.
Suggesting should Moises be inclined to hit one into those left field bleachers.
So in today's world of everybody's paranoid, they're putting the meeting on the mound up on the Jumbotron, and Lindor notices it, and he's covering McLean's mouth. Slice the other way, fair ball! And that one will get out of play. It's an automatic double, and they're at second and third. Ballesteros slices one the other way.
All right, a chance to have an inning here. This double is brought to you by Elgin Hyundai, home of the 20-year and 200,000-mile warranty on every new car.
Ooh. Is that definitely fair? Jim?
I don't know. There's no beef coming from the Mets.
Just asking.
Yeah.
Look at Fabian. Get the stool out of there. JD, is that fair or foul?
I don't know. Just go ahead and hurry up and play before they throw the flag out on the field.
Run the next play?
Yeah. That's definitely inside.
Get Fabian. It's too hard to say, right? It's not even drilled to left. That one on its way. Gone. A three-run homer, and just like that, it's 8-5. Second of the night for Seiya.
After going so long without going deep, he gets two here tonight. First one on changeup. This time that breaking ball ultimately betrays McLean, who'd been so good with it. And this place is rocking. Well off the inside corner.
Well, you knew it. Seiya Suzuki, after the All-Star break, first 55 games in 2 home runs. And he's got 2 tonight. Change. It's brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time.
お待たせしないように。授けます。思考を広げて。出番だよ。夜が来た。おやすみ。日向ぼっこしましょう。神聖を雲を払って晴れ渡る空を。
Good stuff. Saw him touch 100 miles an hour here the other night. Out! You okay?
Yes, yeah, you are. That's right. Stelle lifts that to center. Taylor.
Didn't make many mistakes tonight. He only made a couple with his breaking ball, and he pays a big price for this one. A little hanger way off the inside part of the plate. Just like that.
答えはないんだからお待たせしないように。平でごま夢中になっちゃえ。授けます。もてなして起きて。日向ぼっこしましょう。神聖を。夜が来た。おやすみ。私だもん当然ね。よっ。
And that takes care of day 59 of Honkai Star Rail Misadventures. Our next episode will be sometime later in October, when we'll probably be doing the next chapter of Star Rail Misadventures, the Endless Misadventures, or Final Fantasy XIV Misadventures, but the seasonal event, as well as some new collab content with Monster Hunter. This is Bongo Boy Pongatoy, the gift that keeps on giving. If you like what you see in this broadcast, hit the follow button, Twitch player, subscribe button, YouTube channel ID BongoBoy151. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. It's bye for now. Good night.